Richard, the mysteries and the power of our mind never ceases to amaze me. And today you're going to show us another way to use that power of mind, the power to self-hypnotize and heal. And so, Richard, I hand this over to you, my friend.
Very much. Thank you, Feroz. Thank you very much indeed to both you and the Retreat Centre for inviting me to do this evening. Now, Feroz knows that when he made this invitation, I actually hesitated quite a bit as to whether to go down a route of repetitive chant or self-hypnosis. And I hope you're going to forgive me because I've gone down the latter route, which, and I say forgive me because by definition, it is not a meditation, but it is a healing practice. So it's slightly different from, I've watched many of the wonderful sessions that have gone before. So this is slightly different. Now, before we actually, to use a Glasgow expression, get in about it, right, and do the self-hypnosis session, I want to just give you a little background. But before we go into the background, it's while I'm talking through the background that to do this in an ideal way, I need you to be semi-recumbent. Now, that is not probably most of your meditative positions. I know it's certainly not mine. I tend to sit with head down. But I need you to be semi-recumbent. And I also need you to, and that semi-recumbency could be a bit like me, just lying back in this chair like that. I need you to have something on the ceiling or behind you which slightly strains your eyes, to put them on a slight strain, right? So I sit back like that. I put that pen there. You could, if there's more than one of you in a room and somebody's not going to do this, have somebody just hold a pen like that. Because if you were in my clinic room, that's how I would do this. I would hold a pen there, okay? So as you're just finding the right place, the right position, few things to say. I suppose one other thing is, if you've got a pencil, you might want to put a mark somewhere. It could be a circle or a cross, doesn't matter, okay? So, and I think the process here is that everybody's now muted, is my understanding, because we certainly, there's a nod, thank you, because once we get into the actual hypnosis process, we'll do the Q&A obviously at the end. Now, first thing to say about the exercise we're going to do, is really important to say what we're going to do is totally safe, and it's very gentle, and you will wake up, because these are anxieties that people have. You will wake up after this without any difficulty. And I'm not proposing to do any form of targeted healing. That's not what we're at tonight. You can use hypnotherapy, and myself and colleagues use it for pain management, anxiety management, menopause symptom management. There are a lot of things you can use it for, but that's not what we're doing tonight. We're not doing a targeted healing session. We're just going to do some very gentle stuff. Now, not all of you will enter a trance-like state during this session, some because you choose not to, some because it doesn't happen. But ironically, often, if you're sitting with patients, they enter a trance-like state without even realizing it, in fact. And hopefully, whatever happens, you'll find it nothing more than pleasant. I think it's important to say there are a lot of misconceptions around hypnotherapy, and many of those stem from stage hypnotists giving this whole technique a very bad name. When I was in Glasgow back in the 80s, there was a fellow called Robert Halpern who ran a remarkable show, which I saw, and he was able to pack a theatre most nights of the week for weeks on end. And he utilized, it's interesting, a hypnotic induction technique where he asked his audience to put their hands together like that, and he counted to 10. And of course, as he started counting, one felt one's hands getting tighter and tighter. But I had no desire to be on his stage, so I took my hands apart. About 50 people every night ended up on his stage, and a few ended up being the subjects. And this did huge damage in Glasgow to the whole thing. And part of the thing I'm going to do tonight, I will actually put into the session that you should not be able to be hypnotized by a stage hypnotist ever again, okay, but by somebody you know and trust, including, of course, yourself, And that will be part of tonight's thing. The other thing to say is that there's a misconception that to be hypnotizable, one perhaps has a weak mind. In fact, it's the opposite. Strong personalities, unless they're cynical, tend to be the most hypnotizable. Now, the next thing people ask is, what happens if you're in a trance-like state? And just to say, you'll be completely aware. You may have a distant feeling. It's usually very pleasant, not dissimilar perhaps to a mild intoxication with alcohol or other drugs. Now, I am going to show you a little drawing, which I'm going to hold up here. I hope you can see that. And it's just, we've got conscious, subconscious, and deep subconscious. Conscious is obvious. Deep subconscious is that part of your brain which controls your heart rate, your breathing, your gut worming around, etc. inside you. And normally you don't think about that ever. And if it comes to breathing, you can hold your breath. But you can't normally slow your pulse or change your bowel function in any way, okay? With hypnotherapy, you can do that. There's also the subconscious. And the great Swiss psychologist Carl Gustav Jung referred to the dream being the hidden door to the deepest recesses of the mind. With hypnotherapy, you definitely can get to that place. And when I was originally taught what I'm going to share with you tonight, it was by Sam Abdallah, director of Lister Fertility, way back in Glasgow in the early 80s. And Sam got me to tourniquet my hand and pump it up. And I then cannulated a vein which bled. And he said, stop bleeding. And it stopped bleeding. Start bleeding. And it started. And that convinced a group of doctors who were watching that this was a very valuable technique. Sean Hammond, my great friend and colleague, hypnotherapist, utilizes these techniques for what I call a reboot, which is the dive into the subconscious. So we're just about to start. I can see many of you have already got yourselves nicely into the position that we talked about. And just a couple of things to say. You know that we've got a Q&A session at the end. Also, if you feel in any way that things have not gone right for you, you can reach out to this retreats, to Sylvan Healing, and they will get in touch with me and I will reach back out to you. So we're going to start now. I hope that you're semi-recumbent. I want you to have a point to focus on. But firstly, I want you to breathe in through your nose and then out through your mouth. And as you breathe out through your mouth, I want you to imagine you're blowing out a candle. And the breath out is to the count of 10. So we're just going to do this for a minute or two. I'd now like you, we're going to do tensing muscles and relaxing them. So I'd like you to tense your toes and let them relax. I'd like you to tense your calf muscles and let them relax. Now your thighs, let them relax. Now your tummy muscles, let them relax. Chest muscles. You go down to your hands. I want you to clench your fists. Let them relax. And you feel yourself sinking into the couch or the chair that you're lying on. Forearm muscles, tense, relax. Biceps, triceps, tense, relax. Shrug your shoulders. Bend your neck and let it relax. And then finally, we're going to screw up our faces and let them relax. And all the time, we're breathing beautifully gently. And I now want you to, many of you may have your eyes closed. I do at this point. But I want you to open your eyes and to concentrate on the point behind and above you. And I'm going to count to 10. And as I count to 10, you're going to feel your eyelids getting heavier and heavier. And you feel them flicker. That's totally normal. There's no reason to resist that at all. And as they feel heavy, you'll just let your eyes close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Eyelids are feeling heavier and heavier. Just let them close. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Just let your eyes close, eyelids closed. You're sinking into your couch and you're feeling beautifully relaxed. You're breathing gently, slowly, and you're feeling beautifully relaxed. I now want you to imagine that you're standing on top of a hill. It's a beautiful summer's day, and the sun is shining. Warming your face, warming all of you. And you can smell fresh grass. And in the distance, down at the bottom of the hill, you can hear a babbling brook. You can hear the water babbling along. And there are flowers along the side of the brook. Beautiful place. And we're going to walk down this hill to the brook. And as we walk down the hill, I'm going to count to 10. And as I count to 10, you're going to go deeper and deeper asleep as you walk towards that brook. You feel the sunlight, you can hear the brook, you can smell the grass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're halfway down the hill. There's even now a faint hint of smell, beautiful smell coming from the flowers. 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. And we're now down at the brook amongst the flowers, feeling very, very relaxed. Very good. Beautiful place. Now we're going to go just a little bit deeper because we're going to walk. This brook is actually running out onto a beach. The beach runs down to the sea. And the sea is warm, the sun is shining. And we're going to walk down the sand into the water, just to our knees, and the water's beautifully warm. We're going to feel the sand between our toes. We've got the sunlight on us. 1. I'm going to count to 10 again. 1 and 2, 3, 4 and 5. Down the beach to the edge of the water, we're feeling more and more deeply relaxed, better and better place. 6, 7, 8, water's round our ankles, calves, and 9 and 10. Feeling beautifully relaxed. Just in a lovely, lovely space. Now, I want you to feel light. And I want you to feel light that's pouring through you, just invigorating all of your body, healing light, helping your immune system to boost, helping your body to be at its best. Just feel that light pouring through you. It's pouring through your chest, your tummy, some part of you that's not feeling good. It's there. It's a beautiful healing light. We're just going to sit for a minute or two, just sensing that washing through us in silence. Feeling in a beautiful place. And we're going to do another thing while we're down in this place, this wonderful space. We're going to take our thumb of the right hand and place it against our index finger of the same hand. And that is 1. And we move the thumb then to the middle finger, 2, and then to the index, to the ring finger, 3, and then to your small finger, 4, and back to your index finger, 5. Now we're going to do that one more time. And why I'm doing this is that if you wish to replicate this exercise on your own, you can do so, but you can miss out some of the, you always need to do the breathing, you always need to do the muscle relaxation, really. But you can then speed the process of coming to the place you're in now by using this exercise. So it's thumb on the index, 1, thumb on the middle finger, 2, thumb on the ring finger, 3, small finger, 4, back to index, 5. And if you do that, having started the process, you'll find you can get into this beautiful place that you're in right now a little bit more rapidly. Just go back to feeling the light flowing over us, flowing through us. Wonderful feeling. Wonderful feeling. Now, before we wake up, I'm going to say that never again will you be able to be hypnotized by a stage hypnotist, only by somebody you know and trust, including doctor, psychologist, hypnotherapist, nurse, and of course, most importantly, yourself. So we feel the light, feel it on our face, coursing through our bodies. We're going to wake up just in a few minutes. We're all going to sleep really well tonight. Have sweet dreams and sleep well. We're going to have a beautiful evening. I want now for you to come up that beach and up the hill and to wake up and open your eyes. And I'm going to count back from 10 to 1. And as I count back to 1, you're going to feel more and more awake. You're still going to feel really beautiful, but you're going to feel more and more awake. You're going to open your eyes when we get to 1. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. So let's move around in the chair now a little bit. And 3, and 2, and 1. So we open our eyes. You may not want to, but we need to.
Richard, thank you so much. That is a beautiful experience.
Oh.
It was trance-like. It was different to meditation. It was different to trance, but it's very, very relaxing. So, Richard, thank you again. Thank you very much for being with us. Thank you for helping. Thank you for healing. And I hope that you will come again.
I would love to. Thank you so much. Thank you to you all. Thank you to all of you. Okay?
Thank you, everybody, for attending. Thank you.
Thank you.
Richard, from the perspective of the sanctuary and from healing, thank you all for being here. And please come and join with some of the other sessions. There was always something to learn. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Feroz.
Thank you. Thank you, Richard.
Thank you.
Ciao.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.